Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure is a lot better than I expected. I have to say, I was never a High School Musical fan. I've only seen the third one all the way through, and I did worry there would be a lot of references that I wouldn't get, Sharpay being the antagonist in High School Musical, but actually, there may have been references, I didn't pick up on them, but I can confirm that you can watch this if you've never even seen High School Musical. It makes perfect sense, and I actually liked her in this. And the narrative itself is something that really appealed to me. I'm currently trying to watch everything on Disney+, and this one has a narrative that really speaks to me. This was released in 2011, directed by Michael Lembeck, written by Robert Horn, and stars, of course, Ashley Tisdale as Sharpay Evans. And she's given an ultimatum. She's got 1 month to make it in Broadway, or she has to go and work for her father. Now that sounds insane, but she's actually been invited to an audition, or so she thinks. When she gets there, she realises that it's actually her dog, Boy, who is up for the audition for a new musical on Broadway called A Girl's Best Friend. And there are 2 dogs up for the part, Boy and a beautiful dog called Countess. Countess's handler, Roger, is amazing. He's played by Bradley Stephen Perry, and his performance is just fabulous. I'm not sure how old he was at the time, but he was quite young, and his vocals are just ridiculous. So incredible, really astounding. And the narrative is all about both of the dogs going through rehearsals to pick the one that they think is best. And Sharpay kind of falls under the spell of leading lady Amberly Adams. And it's all about Sharpay's character development, and she comes to realise a lot of things about herself. Now, I will say, her character doesn't necessarily develop in the best way possible. It's not really a riches to rags to success story. Obviously, when she moves to New York, she does face some challenges of living alone and, living in a small apartment. But it's not that extreme. She's still got a pretty quality lifestyle. Her father's paying for her accommodation. And that is a plot hole, actually. I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, I liked her in this. And she wasn't as annoying or as obnoxious as I thought, actually. Which is something that is obviously really beneficial. I really liked Austin Butler as Peyton. Most of it was actually filmed within the rehearsal space. So a lot of it was set on Broadway, and we got to watch rehearsals, see the dance numbers, see the dogs work, and it was good. I really enjoyed that, and that's something that I really appreciate. We did get to see bits of New York. There wasn't really any padding. Every scene was relevant to the development of the narrative, which is rare with a film like this. Usually there'll be some fluff, but actually it worked really well. The costumes are amazing. Really love the outfits. Particularly Sharpay's. The soundtrack is actually really good as well. There are some pretty nice songs in this, and I really can't fault it. Now, I'm not saying it's the best film I've ever seen, but actually I was really pleasantly surprised. It's got 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a lot lower than I would have expected, because it is actually very good. And Ashley Tisdale's performance is brilliant. There really isn't anything about this that doesn't work. It's not the most amazing film, but it ticks all the right boxes and delivers what it says it will. And the one spoiler, the plot hole that I was going to make, it's not a massive spoiler, but just, be warned, this will spoil a tiny thing. So, basically, she gets to the penthouse and everything's fine until they realise she's got her dog with her, and the dog's not allowed there, so she ends up sitting on the street and eventually finds a studio apartment. But the condition of her going there, or one of the conditions, is that her father would pay for the penthouse for the month. But she's not living there. But she didn't want to tell her father about the tiny studio apartment. So where is he giving that money? Who's that money going to? I can't imagine it's going straight to her. It's a bit peculiar. I don't know. But it's obviously a minor thing, but still a little plot hole nevertheless. Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure is fabulous fun if you don't take it seriously. it's actually really quite entertaining, more than I thought. As long as you like this kind of film with the glitz and the glamour and the fashion and slightly annoying characters who you kind of love and two adorable doggies, then I think Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure is definitely worth checking out.